Welcome back, friends. Today we are having a conversation with Charlie Kopp. Charlie, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in.
You bet. Glad to be here.
Charlie is, you will all recognize him. He's, if you look up faithfulness in the dictionary, his face is there. Charlie is our lead organizer, master planner of communion. And so if you don't know his story, he is gonna share with us today. Tell us about your hometown, your growing up.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and I grew up in a little town called Spring Grove. And it is well known for the P.H. Glatfelder. It was a paper mill, and some people called it Stinky Town. Fortunately enough, I lived about 7 miles west of there, out in the country. We could occasionally smell it. The wind was coming our direction, but Chris told me that it smelled when she was back there all the time, but I guess I got used to it. So.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah, so I lived out in the country, farmland around me, woods in the background and that stuff, and just enjoyed that. The biggest thing I enjoyed about there, too, was in the summertime at night, being out in the country with the woods behind us when the lightning bugs were out.
Oh.
We call them lightning bugs. Some people call them fireflies.
Yep.
And how it would just light up the whole backyard. And that was cool. And we used to, of course, as kids, my brother and I have a brother who's 3.5 years older than me. And a lot of neighbor kids, too. We'd always try to catch them and put them in jars and then release them. So the house I grew up in, it was an old 2-story house. It didn't have a bathroom. In fact, we didn't get a bathroom till I think I was about 11 years old. We had the outhouse and the honey bucket that we used. If you had to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and then that was one of our jobs that morning, to go dump it in a hole out in the field.
Wow.
So
a whole different culture.
yes. So, yeah, like I said, I enjoyed when I was back there hunting, and in the summertime, I would help the farmers make hay and buck bales.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't have a gym back then. Like, life was your gym.
right, yep, that was it. And that's actually, that's how I kind of learned to drive a stick car.
Yeah.
Because I drive the tractors and, of course, stick, and that's where I kind of learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's incredible. Do you have family still back there today?
My brother lives back there. In fact, he lives in the house right next door to where we grew up.
Oh, wow.
So he didn't move very far.
Okay. That's great. So then high school or any other education, was that back home, back there as well? Or tell us about that.
Yes, went to, of course, Spring Grove High School.
Okay.
And I graduated there 12 years. And then after I graduated, I went into the Air Force for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I got out west here. I was stationed at Fairchild. I followed in my dad and my brother's footsteps. My dad was in the Army Air Corps.
Oh, okay.
And then my brother, of course, this is back during the Vietnam War, when he graduated from high school in 1964, he enlisted in the Air Force.
Oh, Air Force.
And then, of course, I wanted to follow them, and I didn't want to get drafted. So they said it was a 180-day delayed enlistment program, where after I graduated from high school, my mom and dad had to sign for me because I was only 17 to go in. And so, I turned 18 in August, and I left that September then, or October.
Is that right?
Then
Okay.
To go into the Air Force.
Yeah. Okay. So, then tell us more about your family.
Okay, of course, I told you a little bit about it was just my brother and I, and then of course for immediate family here, of course we have 3 boys, and they're all married, and we have 11 grandkids.
Ah, the best. And are they all local? You have a son that's in ministry, I believe, right?
Yes, our middle son, Matt.
Okay.
They were missionaries there for a while over in Africa, so we had a chance to go over there and see them, and that was right when COVID hit. So that was an interesting flight. Hoping we were getting back to stateside, which we did. But now they live in Maryland. Some people, here at church would know John Coe. He used to be one of the pastors here years ago, and then he went back to Maryland to a Korean church to pastor it. And so our son now is associate pastor there with him.
And then your other 2 kids are local here then?
Our other son, the youngest one, Mike, he is in France.
Wow.
He does international school teaching.
Oh, wow.
And then our oldest son, Dan, him and his wife, the grandkids, come here, church.
Okay.
And they live exactly 1 mile from us.
Oh, that's nice.
On the South Hill.
That's awesome. Okay, so then you mentioned you went to, you were in the Air Force. So tell us more about that. Was that a long career for you?
It was. I put in the 4 years.
Okay.
What I did out there, my career field was I was a crew chief on the KC-135 tankers, the refueling tankers. So I worked on those the whole time I was in there, and there was time where I went temporary duty, which is TDY. I would spend 6 months over in Thailand, and then I made 6 months twice over in Okinawa. And then my last place I went was spend 6 months in Guam, where I worked on B-52s.
Oh, wow.
So it's a experience I'll never forget, being 19 years old and getting up in the cockpit of the tanker or the B-52. And when they were pulling maintenance on them, sometimes we had to start the engines up. And so that's got to do that. And it was cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, wow.
And then I got to, of course, on the tankers, I would fly missions with them, refueling missions when I was over in Thailand or in Okinawa. And then when they went on refuel fighters that were going over in Vietnam, and so I got to lay back in the boom pod where the boomer lays. He's the one that operates the boom.
Okay, wow.
And just to watch the come up behind us and refuel.
My
planes.
goodness. So how many can you refuel in before you needed to refuel yourself?
On the fighters, they refueled. It was either 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool the way they did that. The one plane would be getting refueled, and the other 2, one would be on the left side of the plane or the right side. Then they'd rotate around until the next one would come up and refuel. So
your first time refueling a plane, was it scary? I imagine like it's like finding a needle in the middle of a haystack, like flying through the air, like how did that all work?
Yeah, I didn't do the refueling myself.
Oh, okay.
It was the boom operator. He was doing that.
See.
I was just, I went along on the plane.
Okay.
And so I was just able to watch do that.
That's incredible. Wow. And this is all like many years ago.
Yeah.
Before like, obviously like advancement of super technology. So that's pretty advanced.
Yeah, now with the
Pretty.
newer tankers that they came out with, the boom operator sets up in front of the main cabin and the TV screen in front of him and a joystick that
wow.
he uses. So they took all the fun
Like a
of
video
it
game.
out. Yeah, really.
Oh man, that's great. And so you did that was that your career then?
That was my whole career,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
doing that. I went in 1969 and I got out in 1973.
Okay. Wow. Awesome. Well, on behalf of your church, thank you for serving.
Thank you.
Okay, so how did you come to know Jesus?
Well, this, make a long story short, at that time I was dating Chris. We were
All right.
dating, and she was going to hear a gentleman named Bob Harrington, and he was out at they used to call it the Boone Street Barn because it was on West Boone there.
Nice.
And she was going there, and it was, the Lord's plans, how he worked that out. And I was out at the base. I didn't have a car, but my roommate, I was able to get his car and was able to drive out to there. And I told her I'd meet her there. And we were sitting there, and he was one of those guys. He was, when he said, "You're going to go to hell if you don't repent," and pounding his fist on the pulpit. And when he gave the altar call, I felt, I don't want to go to hell. So I stood up and went forward and didn't think about Chris. I just thinking about myself there and went up, and that's when I received Christ.
Wow. That's incredible. It never ceases to amaze me like all the different ways the Lord brings his kids to himself. Some stories can be similar, but no two are the same. It's pretty incredible. So thanks for sharing that. Okay, so Charlie, how did you end up at Faith Bible Church?
Well, we started there from the beginning when with Faith Bible Church. So when they called it the wagon train, when we didn't have a church building to go to, and where we were meeting at different schools, and so that's how we got started.
Wow. So you guys have been through the ups and downs of the journey the Lord has had for Faith Bible Church. So you guys have seen a lot.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's sweet. Well, so what's your ministry involvement now?
Well, I, of course, the head usher and getting the people to help, for offering, seating people, and then for communion, setting that up each Sunday. And I have two other guys now, Brett Hughes and, of course, Mike Botham. We take turns rotating each month who sends out for the emails to get the servers for communion, which that has been a big help to have Brett come aboard and help out with that in communion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's thank you for everything you do. I know it's a joy for me to be able to serve under you in that capacity. So thanks for your leadership in that, Charlie. So what is God teaching you now?
Patience and trusting in him when I'm one that I always want to get my ducks in a row. And if I can't do that, I get anxious about things, and I know I just have to allow him to do the work and that he's in control and trust in him.
That's good. So how can we be praying for you?
That I would live a godly example to all my grandkids, and that they would see Christ in me, and just to strive until till the day the Lord takes me home. Do the work for Him and the following Him.
Yeah. Well, we will. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie, for, again, just your testimony of faithfulness. Before we let you go, we got to do Seth's favorite, the speed round. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
Bummer. Okay. Pets?
Dogs.
Favorite book besides the Bible?
Unbroken.
Ooh, good one. Best surprise gift?
Is when our son and his wife at that time, they were over in the Philippines, and they surprised us by being with us on our 35th wedding anniversary.
That is sweet. Okay, what would you do with extra time if you didn't have to sleep?
Well, I'm one of those, probably people think I'm crazy. I love when it snows to get my snow blower out, and I would snow blow probably the whole town if I could. And
Amazing.
In the summertime, I enjoy being outside, working in the yard, mowing grass, and just yard work.
Nice. Favorite place to eat out in Spokane?
Wild Sage.
I love that place. All right, well, that's it, folks. There you have it. Charlie, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we look forward to having your dear bride on the show, Chris. So thank you again.
Thank you for having me.